Good Saturday. It's December 18th, and we're seeing morning lows below freezing point for the valley. 30 degrees in Sacramento this morning with 31 in Stockton, low 30s Auburn and Placerville at freezing point. 9 degrees Truckee. You're seeing those single digits as well in South Lake Tahoe. Definitely a cold morning start with a lot of fog out there. I-5 at Richards Boulevard, some dense fog, and that fog continuing to be pretty dense for North Sacramento through Davis, along 80 all the way to about Vacaville and Fairfield. We're seeing some dense fog, also some patchy fog through the Delta early Saturday morning. Now, we do expect a lot of that fog to begin lifting by the mid-morning lunchtime hours, so visibility will improve, but you can still see a lot of that fog along I-5 and 99 between Sacramento and Elk Grove and through areas as you head toward the Delta. Now, we will expect to see mostly cloudy skies, even though visibility improves. A lot of that cloud coverage and some of that fog will begin lifting, becoming mostly just cloudy skies throughout the afternoon. We may get a peak of sunshine as we get to about the early afternoon hours. Otherwise, we do expect a chillier day in those mid 40s and overnight lows continuing to be cold. We will see another morning of dense fog. That'll be for Sunday morning and then potentially lingering into Monday. So a lot more still on the way between storm systems. I know we got a huge storm just this last week that brought in feet of snow for this year, as much as 6 to 7 feet for some of those peaks. We also saw a lot of rain in the valley, and now the next system that is set to arrive on Tuesday, and that's going to bring in some travel concerns throughout the week, because not just Tuesday is going to see that rain and even snowfall, but we're seeing rain after every single day of the week with scattered showers toward the following weekend. Christmas. So yes, dense patchy fog and cold temperatures, but the big storm system's on the way. Here is that low pressure system that is pushing through areas of the Pacific Northwest for the weekend, bringing in that rain and snowfall, but toward the tail end that's dragging in moisture. Now that moisture is taking a little bit longer to get here. We will see a closed off low pressure system just further south that will begin to develop as we start moving closer to Monday night. That'll begin sweeping in across Northern California as we start moving from Monday into Tuesday. Do expect that morning commute Tuesday to be a little bit of a wet one out there. Now, calm winds are creating more of the dense fog to develop, and what's happening is the high Sierra and areas just offshore, they're getting a wind pickup here as we move through Sunday and Sunday night. But because we're lacking that wind for the valley for your Saturday, Sunday, and even potentially for your Monday, we will expect to see more of that fog development. By Monday night, 8 p.m., the winds begin to pick up for the valley, and that's when that cold front set to arrive. That'll bring in some of that rain potentially overnight and then eventually bringing that rain in for your Tuesday morning. Let's time this whole thing out for us. Now, we are seeing that cloud coverage. It'll start moving in mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Then we get the rain arriving as we get into Tuesday early morning hours with snow for the high Sierra. But take a look at this. If you are making plans to leave for Christmas travel, maybe Tuesday into Wednesday, you are seeing along I-5 here just past Redding and moving into areas like Weed and Shasta, where we do get some snow along I-5. So make sure you prepare for that. You're going to need to bring chains with you if you're traveling up north this week. Just bring them with you, four-wheel drive and snow tires also. If you have those, make sure that you do have those chains or at least snow tires with your four-wheel drive as you pass through these areas. Now, the best advice I can give you for going through some of these snowy areas is make sure if you're planning this out, you find the daytime high temperature. If it's going to be above about 35 degrees, you want to find that time period to move through these zones. That's the best shot you have at getting through without chains. Now, you should still carry chains, but if you're really trying to plan this out appropriately and safely, try to find the daytime high and get through those areas where you're seeing the highest temperature of the day. All right, moving past Tuesday, we will see more of the rain and snow continuing Wednesday. You can see more of the snow, but this snowstorm, this is at much higher elevations. It looks as though we're probably going to get warmer temperatures because the system's dragging in that atmospheric river from so much further south. That's going to draw in moisture, but it's warmer. Now, we will see snow levels closer to about 5,000 feet. This last storm that came in, that brought snow levels down to as much as 1,200 feet. We saw North Auburn Hills areas with a little bit of snow, Colfax with some snow. So the 1,200 to 2,000 feet level was getting snow. This is not that storm just yet. We're looking closer to about 5,000 feet, or we will see some 1 to maybe 3 feet of snow. If it is on the colder side, we could get anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. More of that rain pushing through, and look how heavy it gets as we get into Friday early morning hours. So the overnight Thursday into Friday, we start getting some of the heavy rain and downpours, and that's not good news. We know that's Christmas Eve, and a lot of people head out on Christmas Eve. So make sure your travels are deliberate, they're slow. You make sure you're getting where you need to be on time, but also give yourself enough time to go so you can keep your distance from the car in front of you and just keep your pace. Keep yourself away from other cars. And then take a look at the snow levels. Now, we do see them still right around 5,000 feet. And then more continued rain and showers as we move through Christmas and into the 26th. So we do expect quite a big event here from Tuesday on into following weekend, Christmas weekend. All right, let's talk atmospheric rivers. You can see this one here is going to be drawing in from the south. That's a lot of warm moisture, warm air being pulled into this low pressure system. You actually see the swirl here of that low pressure system pulling into that atmospheric river, and it'll draw that moisture from that river and pull it up into our atmosphere, into our area, and deliver us rain. Now, notice that light bright blue here starts to shift further south. This is where Southern California and portions of it will get a lot more moisture and heavy rain, downpours, and potential for flooding. If you're headed further south, maybe for Christmas break into Los Angeles, we are seeing on Wednesday that chance for more heavy rain. So again, give yourself time to get through and make sure you either want to delay a little bit, maybe leave Wednesday night or into Thursday, or maybe just come a day sooner if you don't like driving in the rain. All right, more of that rain arrives with another system approaching, but we're mostly going to draw in from a low pressure system further north. Now, looking at our rain totals, we could see anything from 1 to potentially 2.5 inches of rain from really Tuesday to Friday. We could accumulate more of that into the weekend, so we're looking anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain possible for most of the valley spots and even into the foothills. Let's talk snowfall. We are going to see snow, like I mentioned, but the level of snow here again is closer to about 5,000 feet and higher. So we're looking at a little bit of a higher elevation snowfall for this storm event. If we do get colder air that seems to interject between storm systems, we could expect as much as 2 to 4 feet. Otherwise, a warmer scenario would give us 1 to 3 feet of snowfall. Again, more snow along I-5 moving up into Northern California along the border there of Oregon and California. We do expect to see that. Let's talk here water equivalent. How much snow have we seen so far, and where are we to date on average? Well, looking at the Northern Sierra Trinity area, we are currently 92% of normal for this date and time. This is excellent for us. We need to continue getting these storms in December, and even moving into January would be great. For the Central Sierra, we're at 102%. This is wonderful news. Again, Southern Sierra 105%. And again, this is the normal for this date and time. This is well above average that we get for this time period and this time of year. So good news for us here. We need to keep the momentum going. This last winter storm this week brought in some significant storm totals here in terms of rain. We did see in this 3-day period of time, Sacramento received 3 inches of rain total, with December 13 having a record day for Sac Executive Airport, Stockton, and Modesto, with record numbers beating out some of the 2002 and 2020 numbers. So 2.5 inches on one day there, December 13th. That was great. Brought us 3 inches of rain after a 3-day period. 1.5 inches pretty much there for Stockton, and 2.3 for Modesto. Great news for us again. Now, in the next 8 to 14-day precipitation outlook, we are seeing wetter conditions for the western U.S. Again, this is wonderful news. We have been waiting for this. We have been in drought situations for the last 2 years. This doesn't necessarily get us out of drought, but it advances us toward the next water year, which means we can store more of this rainwater into reservoirs, our dams, and all of that to help us get through potential for next drought situations. Drier for the central to eastern U.S. Let's talk some of the temperatures that we're going to be dealing with over your Saturday and pretty much Sunday. Very similar temperatures, upper 40s, low 50s for the foothills, but the overnight lows, they're getting very cold in the mid to low 30s. For Tahoe, we'll see the low 40s for the high. If you're going snowboarding, skiing for the weekend, we're going to see the overnight lows there about the teens and low 20s on Monday. The Bay Area looking at the low 50s to mid 40s in Antioch. If you're in the San Joaquin Valley, upper 40s to low 50s. And then the Sacramento area also looking at very similar temperatures, though a little chillier here in Sacramento in the mid 40s to upper 40s as you start heading up toward the foothills. Now, upper 40s for your Sunday, low 50s and 40s continue from this week as well as moving into next week.